Hello everybody and welcome back to FM23 with the Youth Academy Challenge with Guiseley AFC, and we are on the final day of the season, which isn't in the playoffs, and I think that was to be expected given that we're on a bit of a downtrend of form when we came back for the last episode with the youth intakes. We're still top half, which is good, but if we dive into the league structure, we'll see here that into 11th, 65 points out of 45 games. I think we've had a solid season according that we can't buy any players. Lots of people have stepped up as well, so we've got the final game of the season against Kettering Town, who are 2 points below us, but Kettering Town have always been a little bit of a bogey team. Again, this skin, I'm finding more and more things that are useful with it. So it gives us a little breakdown to how they play, which I quite like. So more cautious mentality at home compared to recent away matches. Tiki-taka, they're going to put an emphasis on short passing, extreme pressing and movement, waiting for space to open up as the opponents lose focus. An extreme variant of the controlled possession style. So they're going to be trying to do tiki-taka, waiting in for openings to their front two of Cross Adair and Bukenya, who are both pretty damn good and pretty damn quick. So I'm expecting it to be quite the challenge for us. 13 goals in 31 for Cross Adair and Bukenya for them this season, who is a region has got 7 in 32 on loan from Bolton. Again, not fair. We're not allowed to bring loans in. So why are other people in this division? Because that's the rules of football, Dave. But all in all, it's gone okay. It's been a good season. The end of season form has been absolutely dire. Once again, we have not won in 6 games. This will be the 7th game. 3 draws, 3 losses in there. Not ideal. We've been messing around with formations to try and find something that just works for us. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. In the summer, as you know, we're not allowed to sign players, so I focus on always looking at what we can do tactically with the players that we've got, who can make a difference for us. But ideally, playing Kettering Town isn't a good last game for us. We beat them 4-3 earlier in the season. Absolute bonkers game. The 4-2-3M DM AM wide coming into us. But Trey George scored a hat-trick for them. So I think he's going to be starting in attacking midfield for them behind the front two in this one. But it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. I was sort of toying with the idea of picking a fully youth 11, and then I thought, no, I actually want to get more prize money in, so we might have to go for something different. But in terms of youth players, there is going to be a new player on the bench today, which is Jamal Warhurst, who's come in from the current youth intake. He's got 2-star current ability, 4-star up to 5-star potential ability, can play on the left wing, can play behind the striker, and can play as a striker as well. So I think he gives us a lot of options and a lot of potential usefulness, I think is a good way to say it. But if now the players are actually in the team and they've all got their youth contracts and stuff like that, we can actually go through it and have a look at what we have in terms of ability down here. So Ollie White-Doherty has actually come in, a bit of pace. I think this guy could be moving up to the first team next season. He is the 5'2" left winger, so he's very, very short. But I think he's going to give another option on the left-hand side, which would be very, very useful. Danny McFadden, which is a name I couldn't say last time. I still can't say now. Another one I think may be moving up to the first team next season, which I think is quite useful. Potentially playing as a striker, I think, more so than a winger, but we'll have to see how that goes. Jamal Warhurst is already in to the first team for the next game. Phil Skinner is another one. 15 years old, but 2-star ability already. I don't think he's going to be quite ready to join the first team. I think he's going to need a bit more football in there. But interestingly, Daniel Driscoll, who was our Australian centre-back, who came in and he's immediately jumped. I think he came in as a 1-star and then a 3.5-star potential ability. His potential ability hasn't changed, but his current ability has gone up to 1.5 comparing to the rest of the team. So he may get a couple of appearances next season at 6'1" as well. But all in all, I'm quite happy with how it's looking. They're not looking dreadful. We've got a couple of people from like the first intakes who are now looking a lot worse, that we've brought in better youngsters through our intake, like Ifan Berry. I remember we thought he might be quite good. He might get a good rating. Like, he came in as a 4-star, potential 5-star in the first season, and now he's dropped all the way down to like 2.5-star and a 3 silver star for current ability. So I think we're getting into the position where some of our youngsters may actually be sent out on loan. They may be released to free up some wages just in case we need to sort contracts out and things like that. But overall, I am pretty happy with how the youth teams are shaping up and how that's all going. Now, to get against the tiki-taka style of play that Kettering are going to do, I've been playing this custom Gegenpress, like I said in the last episode, 4-2-3-1. I think We're going to have to drop deeper. We're going to have to compact the space they can play the ball, let their defenders have it, don't go and press them. So I think this system may stick, but I think our custom gegenpressing style will probably change. So I'm going to sort all that out, and then we'll be back for kickoff. Okay, so we are mixing it up. The first 11 isn't going to change. It is going to be the same players that we picked before, but we are now going in for a cautious style. We're going to play more direct passing to try and exploit when they push their lines forward and higher up. We're going to counter on the possession when we win it, but we are going to regroup when we lose our possessions, try and drop into our shape. But most importantly, we're going to be playing a low block. We're going to be dropping off, and we're going to be pressing when they get into this zone here. But we're going to use our opposition instructions to try and make something work here. So what we want to do is basically say, whenever someone who is a more defensive player has the ball, we do not want to trigger a press on them, but as soon as it comes into sort of the attacking areas, we do want to press those players, and we are going to tightly mark the well, I guess all three strikers as well, just like that. And if you didn't know you could do this, it's very, very helpful. In terms of footedness, we're just going to remove all of that to start with, but we will say if they've got, let's say, wing backs, let's put them, so wing back right, we'll push him onto his actually right foot. We want to keep them out wide. We want to keep them out wide because they're ball with the tiki-taka. They're going to be looking for that opportunity through the middle. So we do want to keep those out wide, sort of encourage the crosses, which is something we're doing in our tactic as well. Right, let's get into the game then. Oh, yes, Warhurst is going to need a number. We are 37 now for the youngsters. That's what we're up to at the moment. But it's going to be interesting to see how this game unfolds. Kettering Town are a pretty good team. They've got Will Fish. Didn't he used to play for Man United? He did used to play for Man United. 3 assists in 30 games, a 7.13. That seems a little bit unfair that they've got Will Fish, but okay, there he is. So hopefully his passing isn't on point today because we're not going to be pressuring him. Right, let's go give the fans the send-off that they wanted. I know we're away from home, but go and give the fans a good send-off, and I have faith in you to go and do that as well. So we're still in 2D. We're still sort of watching it to understand tactically what's happening and what's going on. They are lining up in their 3-5-3. That's too many players. 3-5-2, 3-4-1-2, and we are lining up in our 4-2-3-1, which is a shape I think we're going to try and take into next year. I'm not afraid to mix it up, but I feel like a bit of consistency between the youth team up into the senior team would be pretty good as well. Let's pop this onto extended as we're only doing the one game in this episode. And there's not too much more to talk about. We may quickly go through the end of year review as well. But up to Ampadu, who is robbed by Silovsky. Cross Adair comes forward and he's hit the bar and it's gone in. Wow, okay. I did point Cross Adair at the beginning of the game. Trineri is so far out of position and off his line. That is unbelievable that it's hit the top of the bar, bounced down and gone over. That is unbelievable. We don't actually need you as a sweeper keeper in this system. We're playing such a low block. That's my faux pas at the beginning. 5 minutes in, we're 1-0 down to Kettering with an absolutely sumptuous lob from Cross Adair. George picks it up into Bukenya. Picks Cross Adair out again. It's a deflected shot, easily saved by Trineri. But yeah, in theory, we shouldn't really be pressing when the ball's with the back three. So Jordan goes long, Dorset with an easy header into George. George into Bukenya, into Cross Adair. That movement is ridiculous. Finley, Cross Adair and Bukenya, I've pointed them out at the beginning. They are just superb. He pulls off his man and then, I mean, Byrne is just left for dead by Cross Adair's pace. And we're dropping off and we're playing a low block. We really shouldn't be too high up the pitch. Salt goes long and Adam Hoare's in. Adam Hoare shoots. It's a good save from the keeper. Yeah, that's a little bit worrying that we're already getting opened up at the back like that. Chippendale with the corner. We've now instigated more routines into our corners as well. So it should be a little bit different rather than just go to the back post every time. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. Here is Leonard again. If we just pause it here. So Bukenya's dropping off. And that is pulling out Hassan. Okay, so that is a little bit irritating because that means we don't want to man mark Bukenya at the moment. So let's turn off tight marking there. We won't go and pressure him either. So we just need to make sure, because look, I get their little system. He's dropping out into the space and he's pulling a centre back out with him, and therefore it's leaving loads of space for George and the other striker to get in, Cross-Adair to get in behind, as Hoare can't win that one. Bukenya's there, Cross-Adair picks it up into George. George comes forward with it again into Whom? Tarmi into Salt. Goes long, that's it, Chippendale, and we need to try and bypass those lines because they should, tiki-taka means they should be pushing up with a higher line. They are playing pretty high. George, great run here from George, cuts it back, and Bukenya, well, he's not going to miss that, and that's got nothing to do with him dropping out, is it? We are just in a shower of shit at the moment. Right here. Looks like we're going to be dropping down. I mean, it's 3-0 inside 20 minutes. This is dreadful. Let's go back to our attacking shape, I reckon. Wow, I mean, Kettering Town are absolutely obliterating us right now. We've gone into a bit more of an attacking shape, but again, that's going to push our line forwards, and I just feel like it's going to... Maybe we should just mirror their shape. Maybe we just play a 3-5-1-2 and see if we can do what I might do that. I might just copy exactly what they're doing. We've got the players for it. Let's give it a go. Okay, right. We have completely matched them up. We're playing a tiki-taka shape in a 5-2-1-3, whatever you want to call it. And, well, they're still just getting in behind us again. But Trineri with a good save. I'm just intrigued to see how the system plays, to be honest, as Whom will put in the corner. Ampadu heads it away. Bukenya on the edge. Will Fish, we've signalled him out before the game as well. They've just got a much better team than us as it goes past the post. Drifts past. But, yeah, you can see there, we've completely matched them up. We've gone 3-4-1-2. See how it works. I don't mind the 5 at the back systems this year. I think you can definitely make them work. We just need to make sure that we've got the right players. Ampadu, what are you doing, Ampadu? Bloody hell, he's booted it straight across Adair. I mean, we haven't conceded for 15 minutes, so it's clearly working slightly better than the previous formations. Trineri with a good punch. Bukenya's there. Tarmi robs him out to Jordan, but nothing comes of that. I'm just thinking, have we loaded the set pieces in? Load all routines, CLF corners, load, confirm. There we go. That'll just make sure we keep one person up defensively and have our attacking positions set up and all of our routines in there. So, well, we haven't conceded since we've changed to the 3 at the back tiki-taka approach. I don't think we've got the passing ability to play tiki-taka, in all honesty, but you never know. We might have it as an option next year. Burn, Ampadu goes long looking for Tarmi, can't win that. Bukenya does pick up the ball. Smith, great interception at the left wing-back position. Smith comes forward. He's not got too much in support. Back to Hassan. Hassan out to Chippendale. Ball through. Adam Hoare, and it's a good save from Oxley. With, yeah, I mean, 3-0 at half-time. They've been unbelievable. Why aren't Kettering at the top of the league? This is ridiculous. Why are they not at the top of the table? Right. I'm expecting us to make up for that bad first half and win the second half. That's what we're going for. Cross-Adair back to Dorset. Leonard into Cross-Adair again. Over the top looking for Bukenya. Bukenya deflected and easy for Trineri to gain that one. So, yeah, I mean, let me know down below. Who's your sort of player of the season from what we've looked at? Who do you think's been the best youngster from what we've gone through in terms of attributes and stats and stuff like that? As we got a good head on that from Hoare, but couldn't put it in. I think we'll have some changes pretty soon. We might get Warhurst on for a debut, integrate another youngster into the team, which is always good fun in a Youth Academy challenge, as Smith comes forward with it from the left-hand side. He's gone all right there, Smith. Kept the ball well. Hassan. Ball over the top into Hoare. Hoare is past Fish. Kazim's there. It's 3-1. Right. We've got a chance. That's a good goal. Hassan tried to dink it over into Adam Hoare. Actually got the ball through to him. I think Will Fish got back with a challenge. He did, but couldn't get the ball completely off Hoare. And there's the 3 in a line, waiting to put the ball in the back of the net. 3-1. The system has worked. We're winning the second half. It's what I asked them to do as it goes forward. Hassan with a towering header at the back. Tong, ball through. Hassan covers again. He goes long looking towards Hoare, but it's very easily intercepted. Hassan there. Kazim into Hassan. Back to Trineri, and we can keep a hold of the ball. We're just going to see how this highlight plays out, and then I think we may look to make a few changes. Ampadu. Oh, it's been missed. Hoare's in. Can he make it 3-2? Oh, no, he can't. It's a great block from the defender. But wow, that could have been a fantastic start to the second half. Chippendale with the corner, swings it in, looking for, it was Hassan at the near post for that routine. Back post, Tarmi with a header. He is so tall for a winger that Tarmi does score a couple of goals like that. Right, into the team we go. So Shane Tarmi off. We will bring on Warhurst for his debut. What's going on at the back? Harry Jordan not having an amazing game. We could bring on Babayaro, but I don't think that's the right thing to do at this stage. I'm going to do Wayne Harper on for Paul Byrne. And then we're going to move Salt into centre-back, which he can do. I think, are you left-footed, though? Reasonable left foot, very strong right foot. Hassan's all left-footed, so we'll keep those as it is. Right, that's the changes 10 minutes into the second half. Tong on the ball. Silovsky looks over to Crossadair, whose pace is going to take him away from our defenders, but his finish is useless, and he fires it right over the bar. And now our substitutes come on, and we can give the team a bit of encouragement. We've definitely played better in the second half. I don't know if Kettering have taken their foot off the gas a little bit, but the change of shape definitely seems to have worked. Smith into Harper, back to Smith, into Hassan, Chippendale, into Quazim. It's much better. I'm not going to lie, it's good passing. Jordan comes forward, Chippendale, Harper, Hoare. No, he's tackled, and there's the counter. Crossadair's going to have that pace again. And just as I said, it's good passing. Crossadair goes down the other end and scores his 18th goal of the season, which is a bit infuriating. It was Hoare that got caught on the ball. Fish, just a toe punt forward. It's really not a fantastic goal to concede, but it's worked for Kettering Town. Not much Trineri could do from that point. 4-1, it looks like we're going to be finishing below Kettering in the league. I'm just thinking, do we get another change on? See if we can get a youngster who goes, Warhurst is in on his debut! Oh, Warhurst. It could have been spectacular. It could have been a spectacular... Harry Jordan definitely should have come off earlier. We'll bring on Babayaro for him on the right-hand side. A 6.1. Oh, he's been playing so well this season. But a 6.1 for Harry Jordan is how he's going to end the season. Leonard, Humphrey, Evans goes long, but it's covered well by Hassan on that left-hand side. Smith in towards Chippendale, who's picked up some space. Into Babayaro. Up to Warhurst. Warhurst, ball through. Adam Hoare! He's got to be scoring that. He's offside, but he's got to be scoring. Go round the keeper, son. You've got to be scoring that one. But 4-1, with about 10 minutes to go. We could try and... Salt takes it away from his goalkeeper. Not very good communication there, but it looks like we may have a chance to counter-attack. Kazim tries to put it through. Fish covers well. Into Dorset. Dorset puts the ball through, and Tong is going to win that race and keeps it in play. Tong back to Dorset. Up it goes, and that's easy for Chippendale, but he's literally headed it to their number 7. Leonard on the edge of the box. Can he have a shot? He does. Over the bar. Yeah, it's not been... let's go attacking. I mean, it's 4-1. 5 minutes to go. Let's go attacking and see what we can do. Luca puts it through. George in the space behind and fires it into the top corner. What a finish. How are Kettering Town below us coming into this game? I mean, they have had... Their strikers are unbelievable. Their movement off the ball and their finishing is absolutely unreal. I mean, that is a wonderful goal into that far post. It's a fantastic shot. With that front three, if I had that front three, I think we'd win the league. Like, that is a ridiculous front three in terms of the pace and the movement they've got. As Bukenya now comes forward with it again. He's looking for another goal. Lays it back to Whom on the right-hand side. The wing-back getting forward into Osley Demo and Trineri with a good save. Let's drop this down to cautious. It's embarrassing now at 5-1. Humphrey Evans. It's not the end of the season. I wanted to show you live on camera, but I did say we'd come back for some gameplay. And here we are. So, yeah, Bukenya into Leonard. Goes for that crossfield ball, and Tong does pick it up. Tong's there into Osley Damo. I think if it wasn't 3-0 at half-time and we hadn't changed to a completely new system, I would be analysing this in a bit more depth. But to be honest, I think last game of the season, we'll go into the pre-season friendlies and try and use some of that time to analyse what has gone well and what hasn't. As Hoare has... I mean, that's the difference, right? My strikers are firing it off for a throw-in. Their strikers are putting it in from like all sorts of angles and ranges. Harper comes forward into Salt, cross in, Hoare's there, can't get it. Kazim, full time, 5-1. It's an absolutely outstanding performance from Kettering Town. I mean, they've got a 9.7 for one striker, an 8.9 for attacking midfield, and a perfect 10 for Crossadair up front. That is ridiculous. Pace, acceleration, finishing, he's got it all. He's got it all. Lovely stuff. Great performance from Kettering. Absolutely fantastic performance from Kettering. No, you did not do yourself proud. I don't like what I saw. That's what we're going to go with there. But we did get another youngster in for a debut in Warhurst as well, which, you know, isn't necessarily a bad thing. We end up finishing in 12th. So let's quickly jump in to the end of season review, and we'll go and have a look at that in a minute. So, yeah, Warhurst makes professional debut. Not the sort of game, really, you want to be making your debut in, but... You know, we've got to... we confirm our best ever National League North finish, so we get that again, which is lovely. Chorley get into the playoffs. And, yeah, it's been the end of the season is where we've struggled, and it's sort of done that every year so far. I mean, look at that. Up in 7th, then it's just boom, all the way down, dropping off completely massive. And yeah, again though, at no point other than maybe this game here were we flirting with the relegation zone. So I still think it's improvement on year, and we are getting into a good point, which is exactly why we're flying through these early seasons, because we need to get to the point where we're not just, stable in mid-table. We need some entertaining games in the playoffs and going for promotion and stuff like that. So hopefully we're not too far away from that, but we'll be back for the a quick look at the end of season review. And here we are then for the end of season review for 2025-26 with Guiseley. Obviously no ins. Crofts and Dean left, a B- for Dean. Yep, see you later. And Crofts got a C. We're happy they were satisfied that we released him. This home attendance was 22% full in the FA Cup. That was absolutely shocking. But a B- from the board in both the cup competitions. Not too bad at all. 4-0 win over Telford was our biggest win of the season. A double for Hoare and a double for Kellett in that one. 2-1 win over Alfreton Town was the match to remember. And goal of the season came in a 3-1 win. John Johnson getting the hat-trick, scoring a lovely volley in the 45th minute. So let's go and check out how good this was. I do remember him scoring an absolutely outstanding goal in one of these games, and I'm hoping it is this one. So it's 45 plus 1. Let's just quickly pause that. I think I do remember this goal, and I do remember thinking, if this isn't goal of the season, then something's very, very wrong. Let's just rewind that ever so slightly so we can see how it unfolded a little bit earlier. It was Trineri with a long goal kick over the top, and then one bounce, and he just dinks the goalkeeper with a volley. Yeah, it's a lovely goal. That route that we've lacked a bit of that route one actually from Trineri. Look at this. I mean, 2 assists he got in that game for Johnson. But okay, so that was goal of the season. Finances wise then, no change in the reputation, no new sponsorship deals. Sponsorship was exactly the same as last year. Broadcast revenue down ever so slightly, but corporate and hospitality went up. Competition prize money went up, and match day commercial retail went up as well by $3,000, which was good. Shirt sales, Hoare, Cassidy, Hay, Kazim and Collette all getting in there. Cassidy and Collette both leaving the club at the end of this season, but we mainly lined up in a 4-2-3-1 clean slate style. As I said, I would like to generally set up my own styles and then base them on something which is a template and then adapt them to how the team work. But I mean, that is pretty solid for the team how we set up generally. If you're looking at non-youth intake players, it's Hoare, Chippendale, Kazim, Smith and Trineri. Everybody else has come through the youth system, which is good to see. Right, manager awards, I don't think we got anything this year. Club awards, Adam Hoare, Fans Player of the Year. Young Player of the Year, Adam Hoare. Goal of the season, John Johnson. Top goal scorer, Adam Hoare with 32 goals. Chippendale got the most assists with 12. That's interesting to see, actually. Hoare, most player of the match awards. Chippendale, the highest average rating and most passes completed per 90 was Bright Hassan at the back, 49 per 90, which is awesome. Nothing in the competition awards, but record breakers. Most league goals in a season. Adam Hoare scored 30. Trineri got the most clean sheets by a player in a season. Paul Byrne got the worst discipline. 7 yellows and 3 red cards in a season. Wow. Okay. Adam Hoare has now become the most league capped player in the team for Guiseley, which in history, which is good. Most league goals by a player as well for 78 goals for Adam Hoare. Oldest player was Spencer Harris, who's leaving the club. He's also the oldest goal scorer at 35 years and 1 day. So lovely stuff. I mean, a lot they say in the middle of the season was our best run, and that put us in a good spot to do it. But all pretty good, isn't it? Investing in potential. So again, signing up lots of our youngsters to do that. And excellent. That is the end of the season. We hit a new low. What, guys? These 7 games without winning is a new record. Brilliant. That is not the one that we wanted. So a quick overview then. Supporter profile hasn't really changed. Social media's gone up by 157 followers, which isn't too bad. They are very happy with the high tempo pressing football we played. Develop players using the club's youth system. I think we're definitely going to be able to do that in this save. We are working within the wage budget quite easily, and they still want us just to avoid relegation for the foreseeable future, which is pretty good. I think we will end it there. I'm just having a quick look to see what we need to do. Nothing much going on. But yeah, Excellent. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video where we start season 4 of this save. It's still really good fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know anything you want to see going forward in videos, anything you think we've missed out this season. And we'll be back at the beginning of the season to have a look at how our youth players have progressed, what sort of system we're playing, and how we start the first 10 to 15 games of the season. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.